What do you do when you have a buyer that is set on a very specific home or, let's say, a list of must-haves? I want to talk today about, one, how do we help our clients split between our must-haves and our wants? And if they have something very, 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 very specific they want, how do you go about getting that home for that client?
For sure. Yeah, this is a topic that I'm very passionate about. I think that there's way too many agents who don't actually deserve to get paid. I think there's a lot of agents that a client tells them what they want. They set a search up and they wait for the client to tell them, I want to go see this house. And if that is all you are doing as a real estate agent, I don't think you deserve to get paid. So today we will dive into some specific strategies of how you can actually get paid and deserve every penny that you are paid.
Well, and not even that, but how do you stay relevant in a world of AI and Zillow and these big conglomerates setting up searches and waiting?
Right. Yeah, so we'll jump into that today. Welcome to the Whissel Way podcast. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with eXp Realty here in San Diego.
And my name is Brian Kochi at Whissel Beer Group at eXp Realty in San Diego.
That's all right. You don't have to be perfect.
That was
You're
really
so
bad.
Beautiful, and look at this shirt with a cat and a samurai sword while riding a shark. Like, you can pretty much say anything when you got that much swag. So,
I got hot girl vibes going on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what's up. Cool. The way that we like to run the show is to answer the questions that you have for us. So if you ever have a question you want to have us answer it on the show, you can always go to thewhisselway.com. Ask us questions on there. Subscribe to the podcast and YouTube channel. Join our private Facebook group and email newsletter for tips and tricks. And if you want to level up your content creation game, we have a course called Media Mayor Mastermind. We'll teach you everything Brian and I have learned over the last 10 years, creating audio, video, and social content together. All of that at thewhisselway.com. Let's roll.
All right, so this topic came up because in our...
Have you tried a Walla water bottle, by the way?
Oh, yeah. My wife's had them she got them before they were cool. Now they're cool. They're real. I don't know how they work, but I like them.
How, you don't actually have to sip, but the water...
Yeah, it's a straw, but you don't have to. It's a weird thing.
To sip on the straw.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean, we don't want those those wrinkles from sucking on a straw, because I know that we're very concerned about that. So yeah.
Those are called milkshake lines. That's what I call it. So this question actually came up in an internal message in our internal team in Slack. We use Slack, and we are not sponsored yet by Owala, but hey, hit me up. And she said, I've got a buyer dialed in on one very specific home style and neighborhood, and I'm brainstorming ways to help them find it. I'm thinking of either door knocking or sending letters saying I have a buyer actively looking. For those who've done this before, what worked best for you? Do you lead with something like, if the price was right, would you consider selling? Blah, 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 blah. And what I love about this is within an hour, I think she had probably 2 people call her and chat of this is what I did. This is the situation I went. So I love that part of our culture of, hey guys, one, this person being vulnerable enough to say, I need help. This is something I don't understand. And 2, the rest of the team being like, I got you. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. And so I was like, well, maybe we should tell other people exactly how to do it because I think that would be cool. Let them get a taste of our culture.
Yeah, I think we can definitely dive into this. But that's what's cool, man, is when you're part of a big team, right? What we have here at Whissel Beer Group, or even our network at eXp, our fast forward movement, whatever challenge it is that you're facing, if you're in the right environment, you can put it out there and somebody within that environment is going to step up and offer to help. And I think if you're watching this and you're not in a culture like that, I honestly, I would challenge you to question, are you in the right environment? Are you in the right place? Because if you're not, this is a very, very difficult job to do on an island. To do this alone is really hard. So totally off the topic of what we want to focus on today, but in general, guys, think about the environment. If you have a question, where do you go? Where do you take that question? And are you getting the support that you need? Right now, if your thing is I go in a Facebook group and I post and then people respond, have you paid attention to who's responding to you? Because I've actually taken the time when people start responding, the know-it-alls, and I take their name and I just, load up their Zillow profile or their homes profile and look at how many homes they've sold. The people who are giving you the advice in these Facebook groups, aren't usually the person who's selling all of the homes. So just understand, like, are you in the right environment? If not, maybe you should think about changing that.
And I like where we're going. I know we're off topic, but I love this.
Yeah.
I want to play devil's advocate. If you tell me that and I go, yeah, but I thrive in a competitive environment. I don't want to be in an environment like, I think some people may think, well, the keeping it to yourself, well, that keeps us competitive. What would you say to that?
Good luck.
You were supposed to say, well, we're still competitive here, but we're not trying to break each other down, but build each other up. That was...
Sure. There, what Brian just said. Sounds great. No, when you're, honestly, our team, like a high tide lifts all ships. Like that's what happens here is like the best are helping the best. What I love, one of my favorite parts of our culture at Whissel Beer Group is like when a new agent comes in and they're doing well, the top agents literally like, hey, let me help you. They actually see like, we got a guy, Darren, who's crushing it right now. He's doing really, really well. Like everybody sees what he's doing and wants to help him. Nobody's like, the new guy's doing really good. Let's block him out so he doesn't see what we're doing. Like, no, they're like, I like this guy. He's hustling. He's putting in the work. Let's help him. Like, that's the culture that we've created. Because what Darren's doing, maybe these guys that have been around for 5 or 10 years, they've gotten a little bit complacent. Darren's doing something new that they're not doing. And now Darren can share with them the thing that, whatever his secret sauce is. I think he's got like 5 deals pending right now. Like, how the hell is he doing that? And the person who's been around for 5 or 10 years could share some really valuable experiences, right? And maybe when Darren runs into some issues with having 5 at once, because he's probably, what the hell do I do? Like, I had nothing, now I have 5. These guys be like, oh yeah, well, when I have 5, here's how I manage my time. And now you have this relationship where it's both a give and a take relationship, and it's really healthy.
So let's talk about this give and take here.
Yeah, so in this particular scenario, one of the agents brought this up, and immediately on one of our deal doctoring sessions recently, Val had mentioned that she was in this exact situation. Oh, I had a client, they were looking for something, so what did I do? I went out and I door knocked. And she's like, now I don't know what to do. I got like 2 people who want to sell, but their house is not a fit for my client. I was like, sounds like a terrible, terrible problem to have.
Tell them to go somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah, tell them sorry, your client doesn't want their house. How beautiful. And then the funny thing, I was like, how many doors did you knock? It was like 50. So like she knocked 50 doors and it was like 2 hours of time. And she has 2 people who've raised their hand like, I want to sell my house in 2 hours of time.
So, how much does it cost to get 2 people raising their hand to say I want to sell their house through traditional lead gen?
An absurd amount. Well, we just met with our wholesale and flipping company yesterday, and to get those are like $900 each to get people who are like, yeah, hey, I want a cash offer on my home. Like those are $900 a piece right now.
When you're doing it in mass, you can't just go, okay, I'll do 1 for $900. No, right. You got to do 100 for $9,000.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that's what's cool, right? Somebody steps up because they go, I've done it. So let's talk about like very specific strategies. So in this case, Eve, our agent, she's in a great position. Her client actually knows what the hell she wants. I mean, we've had clients who are literally like, I could be in the southern part of San Diego or the northern part of San Diego, which are 50 miles apart, right? And completely different neighborhoods, completely different price points. Like you're going to get people like that. That's really hard to help that person, but we understand, we're going to start with a big wide net and we're going to narrow things down and eventually we'll figure out exactly what we're looking for. So it's actually a really good situation to be in that you have a client who knows exactly what they want, assuming what they want is not existent, right? It's not a unicorn. Like we can't help people unicorn hunt. But if what somebody's like, hey, I want this, I want 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot in this neighborhood under $1.5 million, like
single story,
awesome. Like that's great. Because now I can cook, I can do my job, right? I can go out there and I can put in work. So what are some of the things you could do? Well, let's hit on what Val did. She door knocked. That is going to give you the highest yield of anything that you can do. I don't know of many activities in real estate that you can just go and cold approach people and get 2 people to raise their hand in 2 hours by knocking on 50 doors. Like there's very few things you can do in this industry to get 2 people you've never met before to raise their hand and say, I'm open to selling. I don't know if there's a better thing you could do. So let's just start. Where we go. Normally you're supposed to like wait till the end to give the best one. Like let's give you the best one now. Knock on some damn doors.
And then you can stop watching.
Yeah, just stop. Sure, stop watching. Or maybe you listen because there's like 10 more behind this. So that's hands down the number one thing that you should do. If you know a client wants a 3-2, 1,500 square feet, under $1.5 million in a particular neighborhood, then pull up a list of all the homes that meet that criteria and go knock on the damn doors. And I wouldn't just knock on the doors. I would knock on all the neighbors' doors too while I'm at it, because I might as freaking well. If I'm already there, what am I going to just like knock on every like fifth or eighth house? Like, that's stupid. You're already there. Just knock on all of them. And you might knock on the door of the actual target house and they're not home, but then you knock on the neighbor's door and they are home. And then you're like, hey, who do you know in the neighborhoods who's thinking about making a move? Like, oh, funny you should ask. My neighbor next door is thinking about making a move. Oh, the one next door, that's exactly what my client's looking for. So you might as well knock on all the doors.
What do you bring? What do you say?
So I'm big on door knocking, that you have to have something to leave behind, because if you door knock and you don't leave something behind, nobody knows you were there. So what was the point? So I'm big on leaving something behind. If you're in this scenario where you're searching for a particular, person, family, whatever the case may be, I love having a letter. So I have the client write a letter where the Whissel family, it's my wife and our 2 daughters, and we're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,500 square feet. We grew up in the neighborhood, want to raise our kids in the neighborhood, blah, 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 right? This is what I do. This is what she does. Military family, like, just say who you are. Have a little picture of your family. And then what I like to do in these letters is just say, if you're open to selling, please call our realtor, Kyle Whissel. Here's his phone number, blah, 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 right? And then put whatever disclaimer you have to for your state, because obviously it's coming from you. It's a marketing piece, so you probably need to have your license number or whatever. So figure out what that is, talk to your broker, make sure your letter is compliant. But now leave that letter. I don't know if there's a much more effective piece. You could have like a general market update and stuff, but I think if you have a personalized letter like that with a picture, you're going to get the best response rate.
I'm going to go real detailed with it.
Yeah.
Do you tri-fold it and put it in an envelope?
No, you make a swan.
Okay, you
like
make
an
a swan.
origami swan.
Do you hammer it on the wall? What do you?
So there are rules. You cannot touch mailboxes. Okay. I don't know if anybody knows this. Yep. It's actually like a crime to touch a mailbox.
It's a federal crime.
Yeah, like it's actually a big deal.
Yeah, you put something in the mailbox, the feds are going to show up at your door.
That's why I'm not a broker, because I don't want to get in trouble for one of my agents touching the mailbox. And you can. It's crazy. So no, I just like to. You can either do door hangers, which can work. Or you can have a letter in an envelope. That works. You could just have a flag. Don't overthink this. This is a question that literally stops people from doing it. Write it on a fucking napkin for all I care. Just show up, leave something behind. I don't care how pretty it is, how perfect it is. There are so many people that are not knocking on doors because they don't know what the piece should look like. Should I use cardstock? Should I use this weight paper, that weight paper? Should it be glossy? Should it be color? Should it be front and back? Should it be black and white? Stop. Just knock on the fucking door. Leave a business card for all I don't care. Just knock on the damn door. The result is going to happen because you knock the door, not because of the marketing piece.
I think he's saying this because he doesn't know what kind of cardstock or weight paper. That's really what the answer is.
80 weight, 100 weight, I don't know.
Okay. So that's, you have a leave behind.
Yeah.
And that happens. You knock on the door, no one answers. Then you leave it behind.
Yes.
Talk to me about, I want to know about what you say. So, and even before that, talk to me about how you approach a door, how you dress. Because again, and I know people are going to get knocked in on this, but do you wear a suit and tie in the summer? Do you ring the doorbell 3 times? What do you do? And then tell me what you say.
Well, if you wear a short sleeve white shirt with a name badge,
solar.
I would not wear that.
Unless you're selling solar as well.
Yeah, unless you're door knocking in Utah, then it might work really well for you.
With a bike.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of being very casual with this. Not that I'm showing up in basketball shorts and a t-shirt, but if you're wearing some shorts, some khaki shorts or whatever, and a polo shirt, I think that's perfectly acceptable if you're out knocking doors. I think knocking doors in a suit is crazy. I don't think that is necessary. And if you are, like me, a 200 plus pound man knocking doors, you're probably sweating if you're wearing a suit. So I'm not trying to do that. I think it's perfectly acceptable. Obviously, you're wearing a polo that is presentable, that's not stained, not super wrinkled. Maybe you're wearing a cat samurai shark shirt. I don't know. But don't overthink this. But I think it's perfectly acceptable to wear a polo, whether you're wearing some pants or you're wearing shorts, that's fine. But a polo is completely acceptable. A branded polo I think is great. I actually think it's better that you wear a branded polo than a non-branded, because now it's like, who is this guy? Are they really like, who is it? So I think having it branded actually is better. As far as like when you go up and you knock on the door, you should immediately step back from the door. You do not want to be standing right there like, in their bubble when they open the door. That's awkward. Take a step back, make yourself more approachable so they look through the peephole, or nobody really does that anymore. It pulls up on the Ring camera. Like, make sure you're in range of their camera so they can see that you're not an intimidating person. I think you're typically going to have papers with you, so you have something in your hands. Maybe you have a clipboard, old school contractor clipboard, whatever, so you can write notes. But you're holding something in your hand, and you're dressed, business casual, I guess you could say, maybe sporty business casual. And you're knocking the door, take a couple steps back, and I'm going to knock 3 times. Like, I'm not going to doorbell ditch people, because there are agents who do that too. They just like run up, hit the button, and then just run away so they could say they knocked doors. Don't do that. I would knock 3 times, and if they do have a ring, I will actually leave a message. You might as well. No. I've actually been doing it after showings now. I've been doing it after open houses now. And I'm going to do it if I'm door knocking now. You might as well, because they're going to see it.
I laugh because I remember I went to go photograph a house. You say, can you get a photo of this house real quick at the backyard? I rang the doorbell. I left a message. And then I texted you. I said, they're not home. You go, that was the wrong house. My bad. It was 2 doors down. And so I'm glad I didn't go in, because they had a big dog.
Yeah, that happens.
So, yes, okay. Leave. Yeah. And when you say knock 3 times, is it?
No, it's like knock, take a step back, knock, take a step back. And then the 3rd time, assuming they have a Ring doorbell, then I will just literally say, hey, my name's Kyle. I just wanted to stop by. Boom. I'm going to leave a little something behind. Like, and just leave that. Like, that's it. But I think just that is a pro tip, guys. Like, if you're doing a showing, if you're doing an open house or you're door knocking and they have a video camera doorbell, you should leave a message on that video camera doorbell. I think that's just a stupidly easy opportunity to stand out from everybody else, because nobody else is doing that. It's also really helpful for the seller when you're done with a showing to know that you're done. Like, the amount of times that I've had sellers like, are they done yet? Are they done yet? Are they done yet? Like, I don't know. You have a fucking camera. Why don't you look at your camera? Like, and you could just see when they left. Like, why are you calling me? I don't know. So now I got to call the agent, and the agent's got to tell me. They got to like, make it easy for the agent. Just be like, hey guys, thanks so much for letting us see your house. Kyle with Whissel Realty. Your home is beautiful. Just want to give you a heads up. We're all finished. That's it. Like, that's it. But that's so helpful for the seller after the showing. Okay, great. That's a clear indicator. Like, we can come back to our home now. After an open house, okay, we can come back home now. Or if you did a door knock, now they got something left behind. They got a little video of you. Like, golden opportunity that people are missing.
All right, you hit the holy grail. You knock the door. They open it on the first time. What do you say?
Hi.
Okay, that's it.
So the big thing with door knocking, and where I think a lot of people get hung up on like not doing is they don't know what to say. It's so easy. Now it's just like, hey, my name is Kyle Whissel. I'm with Whissel Beer Group. I want to stop by. I've got some clients, and now I'm like literally going to hold the paper in front of them with the picture of the clients. Like, hey, this is the Kochi family. They're clients of mine. They're looking for a home in the neighborhood. This is what they're looking for. Your home obviously is a beautiful home. Have you ever had any thoughts of making a move? Oh, no, we love the neighborhood. Okay. Well, who do you know in the neighborhood who might be looking to make a move? Nobody. Okay, great. Well, how long have you guys been here? And then I'm going into the Mike Ferry script. You guys can Google this if you want to, or you can DM me on Instagram at Kyle Whissel. Just look up Mike Ferry just listed script, Mike Ferry just sold script. They're basically the same thing, slightly different open, and then you go to the same thing. How long have you lived in the neighborhood? If you were to make a move, where would you go? What would take you there? In a perfect world, when would you like to be there? Like, you're just getting into a conversation with people. But the open is like, oh, this is the Kochi family. Like, and now when I put that in front of them, they see a picture of the family. Like, immediately their guard lowers. Now, I'm never going to lower completely, but their guard is going to lower really quickly.
Make sure when you do that, you crop out the little Gemini symbol in the bottom corner so they don't know it's AI family, right? So that's an interesting thought, though. What's your opinion on doing this process But when you don't have an actual family looking to move into this house, you just, I'm going to door knock. This is the technique I'm going to use. I have a buyer for your home. It's common, right?
It is, and that's one where we'll do a little. Have you watched
6, 7?
Yeah, the kids can't even do it at school now. They get in trouble for it. I'm torn on that one. If that's, because you could make an argument it's not ethical to say that you have something that you really don't. Others are like, what do you have to lose? Like, I could see both arguments going through. So, if you're going to do it, I don't love the idea of doing it when it's not real. Like, I just don't.
I don't either.
That's the stance I'm going to take on it. There's other things you could do if you want to go door knock a neighborhood, like maybe do an open house in the neighborhood and door knock with that as your open. Just remember, when you're door knocking, guys, like the goal is just to get into conversations with homeowners. Like, that's the whole point of door knocking. So if your in or your open is we're doing an open house in a neighborhood, great. If your in is we're doing a food drive in a neighborhood, great. If your in is I have this family who's looking for a home in the neighborhood, great. It's all that these things are is just the excuse to knock the door. Once you knock the door and you get in a conversation, that is what the objective is, to get in a conversation with a homeowner. And now you do your job, and now you sell.
Okay, so say you're knocking doors, you're walking down a street, you're going to go, I'm going to do all the left side street and then flip around and do the right side street.
Yeah.
As you're going down the left side street, you see someone in their garage, cleaning up their garage or sweeping up their driveway. Do you hop across the street and talk to them right away, or do you catch them on the way back?
I would try to get them while they're there, because you just have a sitting duck effectively. Like, you can see them. It's hard for them to run away when you've seen them. It's way easier for somebody to hide from you and not answer the door. It's a lot harder when they're sitting in their garage.
Sir, I could see you. I could see you.
I've had that happen. I've had to call the cops because I thought somebody was dead. That was just playing dead. Somebody played dead so hard, I called the cops. And then the cops showed up, and they jumped off the couch and ran out the back door because they were in foreclosure and they were hiding. So it was funny.
You should hide better than that. Okay,
yeah.
So cross the street. Okay, so we went really deep into door
and
knocking.
I do like door knocking. Another thing, like just a door knocking tip, it's great to have somebody to door knock with you. One, for safety, and two, for motivation. Because now it's really easy to tap out when you're on your own, because now it's just you against you. But if you have somebody else with you and you see that they keep going, odds are you're going to keep going. It's harder to tap out. It's easy to let yourself down. It's harder to let a partner down.
I love that. Okay, so we're coming towards the end. We went really deep into door knocking.
Yeah.
We don't have time to go really deep into anything else. But you did promise, I have it on tape, you promised 10 more.
There is no tape in this office.
But really quick, this was almost rapid fire.
Yeah.
So door knock, I love that. I know you can apply a lot of these principles to other things we would do.
Yeah, so let's just go and I'll hit a few others. You need to go into the MLS, look at all of the properties that have sold in that neighborhood in the last year, and call all of those agents, both on the buy side and on the sell side. And just say, hey, Brian, I saw that you sold a home over in Sky Ranch neighborhood recently. I got a buyer. This is what they're looking for. Do you know of anything coming up in the neighborhood? Just call the agents who sell in the neighborhood. Odds are they're going to know of other homes, right? Like Sky Ranch is the actual neighborhood that I focus on. I got 2 or 3 people that are, kicking the tires. Like, they might make a move soon. So, right, if you called me and asked me about Sky Ranch, I got 2 or 3.
I love that one so much. That one's so good.
Yeah, like, it's easy.
It's easy.
Go through all of the expireds in your area. Go through all of the canceleds, whatever you call it when you got fired or you mutually agreed to part ways with somebody. In our area, those are called canceleds. We have another status here. There's like a hold status or a withdrawn status, which means that a home's like temporarily off the market. Most agents don't look at those. They're stupid. They only look for the actives. But there's gold in those held or withdrawn properties because those typically are coming back to the market. In fact, I had one that was withdrawn. I just brought back to the market today, right? If it was done, it wasn't going to come back. It would be canceled or expired. So if it's in that held or withdrawn status, it's going to come back. So call on those. Those can all be really effective. You can direct mail. You can make phone calls. So our friends, it was Cole Realty Resource. I think they're operating under another name now. Express Docs, I believe, is the name it's operating under. But you can just, draw map, and you can pull in all the names, phone numbers, and email addresses of everybody that lives in that area. So now you can go stop by the door. You can email them, you can hard mail them, you can call them, you can text them. I mean, there's a million things that you could do. Obviously, like understand laws, don't violate laws. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do there.
Say it with such gusto. Don't violate laws. You know, the laws.
You can put post up on social media and just say like, hey, I have a buyer looking for X, Y, and Z. You can go to your local broker caravan and say, I have a buyer looking for X, Y, Z. You can find all the local realtor Facebook groups. You can go in next door groups. There's so many ways. And if you guys aren't doing any of this stuff, like, are you really doing your job? Like, I would question, because like that's what I'm doing. If I got a buyer, especially if they know exactly what they want, like it's my job to go find it, not wait for it to hit the market and then to hit me up and say, Kyle, can you go show us this house?
I need 2 more.
2 more? Man.
Those are really good. When you said social, I was like, oh, you're clumping in too many, and then you covered them.
2 more. I feel like I've exhausted
I know.
all of the tip of the tongue. What am I missing?
I like Nextdoor. I like the realtor Facebook. Well, I guess you can do local Facebook groups as well. So like not realtor
just
Facebook
community
groups.
Facebook groups. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously there's some Facebook groups you can post this stuff in. Make sure you read the rules so you don't get yourself kicked out of the group.
What about, are there any like local things? I'm trying to think of like the chamber.
For sale by owner websites.
Okay.
So there are some for sale by owner websites that you can look on those as well and find some stuff that might not be on the MLS. So there you go. I think I just gave you like at least 10.
Wait, I got one more.
Yeah.
Well, that was 11. One more. What about non-owner occupied rentals?
Yeah, I mean, you can. We're in California, so it's hard because they got to get a tenant out, and your client probably wants to live in it, but you could. So yeah, you could just, use some sort of data mining source, find everything, and then you, again, direct mail. Non-owner occupieds, if they're in California, maybe they don't want to own anymore because of the laws are so crazy. So that's an option.
All right.
Is that enough for you?
You gave me the 1 plus at least 10 more.
Yeah.
So I love that.
But the door knocking one, nothing's going to beat that.
Yeah.
Just in general in this business, there's very few things that are going to beat door knocking. Like if you're trying to prospect for new business, obviously working your sphere, your past clients is the best way to generate business. But if you're just trying to cold prospect, there's not a better way than door knocking. The reason is there's that saying, like, if you want to have the results that others don't have, you have to do the things that others won't do. And most people will not door knock. They're terrified of it. So get out there and door knock, and amazing things will happen for you, just like they did for Val. 2 people raised their hand, said, I want to sell in 2 hours. And she looked great to her client, to the buyer as well, because she got them access to 2 homes that they didn't otherwise have access to. So she locked that buyer into wanting to work with her because no other agent's doing that. And she has 2 potential listings coming out of it.
Shout out to Val for doing it. Shout out to Eve for posting about it and using this as an opportunity for us all to learn. And shout out to Spencer for getting me this dope-ass shirt. Thanks, buddy.
Cool, guys. Well, hopefully you got some value out of the show today. If you did, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you have questions for us, throw it in the comment section. Brian and I will respond to those personally. If you want more of our content, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you are listening on a podcast platform, make sure to subscribe to the show and hook us up with a review. Those reviews mean the world to us. It helps spread the word about the podcast. And I think that's all we finished with. It's been a little bit. So if you guys want to stay connected with Brian and I, you can follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kyle Whissel. He is at Brian Coachy. Keep it simple. You should too. Don't make up some dumb, complicated name that makes it hard for people to find you. Just use your damn name. You're going to make your life way freaking easier. With that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Whissel Way podcast. We'll see you next time.